Today I'm at the range. I just want to do some load confirmation. I've already done some work load up for these rounds I'll be shooting today, but this is more of a confirmation. I want to shoot more than the 5-shot group that I did before. I wasn't able to record at the range last time. Just didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but no one here today, so I'm able to do this. So what I did is, this is some Lapua brass with Hodgson H4350 and Berger long-range hybrid targets. I have 20 rounds with me, and pretty much I'm going to break them up into 5-shot groups to see how they group, because if I put 20 rounds at only 100 yards, you won't be able to tell anything. It's kind of, the whole group will just be chewed out in the middle. So I broke it up into 4 different targets, and I have GoPro down there to record where they hit on target. So I'm going to go through these and give my overall impression on how I think this load up went, how it performed after today's testing. I'm back from the range now. This is a couple days later. It took me a little while to record the end of this video, but I wanted to go over the results. Now, I'll go over some chronograph data and the target data. Just to recap, this was Hodgson H4350 at 41.6 grains. These were all shot 41.6. What I did for the chronograph data was I have 4 different groups here, and as I said in the video earlier, I didn't want to shoot all 20 shots into just one of these. You wouldn't be able to tell how it was grouping, so I split it up into 4 different blocks. So I wanted to see how consistent this load was before taking it out at further distances. I had done load testing before, different powder weights, and I settled on 41.6 to try this. So as you can see, they all group pretty well for the most part. I know I probably pulled it on a few of them, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Now I'll throw up some screenshots of the chronograph data so you can look at what I'm looking at on my phone. Now the first 10-round string, which was a block of 2 of these, and then another 10-round string for the second one, 5 shots in each section, came out with a standard deviation of 17.9 and average feet per second at 2761. Now there's one caveat to this, and I'm going to skew the numbers a little bit, but you're going to see why I'm doing this. The first shot was a cold bore shot. I didn't take any additional shots beforehand, I just sent the first one. So the first shot was a 2708, and my average for this 10-round string was 2761, so it was off by quite a bit. So that's why my standard deviation was so skewed. Now I'm going to go back to the second string that I shot for 10 rounds, and that data, throw this up right now, ended up being a 4.1 SD with an average of 2765. Now that is really, really good. A 4.1 is excellent. So what I did was I went back to the first 10-round string and I eliminated the first cold bore shot. I probably shouldn't have used that in the data. I probably should have done 1 or 2 cold bore shots to warm the barrel and then started the testing, but that's all I loaded for that day. So I took out that one shot and averaged the standard deviation for all the rest of it. And it came out to a 2.5, which is pretty nuts. Now, the calculator that I used for this, I'll post the screenshots here. I used the same calculator for the second string of 10, which came out to a 4.1 on my chronograph. I use a Garmin C1, so it's a real good chronograph. On the Garmin, it came out to a 4.1. On this calculator, which I'm showing the screenshot of now, came out to a 4.2. So it's pretty much comparable. It's the same exact number for the most part. It's 0.1 off. So if I take out that one shot that was a cold bore shot and added in the average of what the rest of them shot, I mean, a 2.5 SD is pretty nuts. And the extreme spread for the 4.1 was only 13.3. Of course, it was a lot higher for the other one because that one cold bore shot threw it way off. So what does that mean for this load now? I've confirmed that it shoots very, very consistent feet per second in standard deviation. So the reloading process is solid. It's really good. So the next thing you do is to take this out to 440 yards to see how it does. So that's going to be the next thing that I do. I'm not sure exactly when I'll have a chance to do that because the range for me is over 2 hours away and I have the competition match in September. I probably will go up before then and probably confirm this load. So that's what I'll do this at 440. And I want to compare the H4350 with 41.6 grains versus my Vitavori N555 at 43.0 grains. I just shot a match with that load today with the Vitavori. It did really, really well group-wise. It did excellent standard deviation-wise. It was pretty nuts. I kept the chronograph on for all 30 shots in a row. Usually it's 10 rounds, 10 shots per round for a total of 30 rounds for the competition. And in total, I ended up with a 6.2 standard deviation out of 30 rounds. So that is really, really good with the Vitavori. So I want to see what I can do with the Hodgson, transferring these results to longer distance on target and seeing if the standard deviation and feet per second all hold together. So that will do it for this video workup for this load. Just to recap, it was H4350, 41.6 grains of powder, shooting long-range hybrid target, 144 grain, 6.5 Creedmoor out of my custom 6.5 Creedmoor rifle. So that's pretty much it. I'll continue this load testing later on, and we'll pick this back up and see how it does compared to my Vitavori. If you did make it to the end of the video, make sure to leave it a like. I really do appreciate it. For more content involving long-range shooting and load development and reloading, make sure to sub. The button is down below. And above all else, thanks for watching.